Hey everyone, let me start today class with a small recap till now what we learned. Just recall. So we started quadratic equation chapter and we learned what is the standard form of quadratic equation and methods of solving a quadratic equation. There were three methods. One is factorization method, second method completing square method, and the third method we learned formula method. And also we learned in the formula nature of roots, means depending upon the discriminant, what is the nature of roots? We learn depending upon what is the discriminant here, b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is positive, so we get real and distinct roots. And if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, we get real and equal zeros. And if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, so we get imaginary zeros, means real roots will not exist. And also we completed reduction method. So how to reduce, if a given equation is not in a quadratic form, so how to reduce it into quadratic form and then find the roots. And also we started exercise 4.3. Two statement questions I completed. In this class, let me start with the next statement question, that is question number 6. So this question says the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meter more than the shortest side. If the longer side is 30 meter more than the shortest side, find the sides of the field. So what type of field you have here? It is a rectangular field. You know here the rectangular field, the longer one is the length and the shorter one is the breadth. So let me consider ABCD is a rectangular field, and here clearly you just observe there is a two statements, that is two sentences you have. In the first sentence, diagonal is depending upon the shortest side. So this diagonal is depending upon the shortest side. And in the second line, we have the longer side is depending upon the shortest side. This is the longer side is depending upon the shortest side. So you can take either the second sentence or the first sentence to start the equation. So I am taking the second sentence. Let the shortest side be x meter. So what is the shortest side in a rectangular field? That is the breadth. So let the breadth AB be x. So I have taken here the shortest side is x meter. And according to the question, the longer side is 30 more than the shorter side. Means 30. That is x plus 30. More means plus. And given in the first sentence, diagonal is 60 more than the shortest side. Again, what is shortest side here? 60. And the for diagonal, 60 more means we have to take plus 60. X plus 60 meter. So now I got the shortest side, longer side and the diagonal. What is the diagonal actually? In rectangle we have two diagonals. So two diagonals, so as you know the properties of rectangle, two diagonals are equal. So any one diagonal you consider, that is x plus 60. Now shortest side, longest side and diagonal. Using these three, I have to create an equation. So what is the link between these three? Just recall, observe the diagram. You know that in a rectangle, each angle is 90 degrees. So automatically we got triangle ABC is a right angled triangle, right angled at B. So here B is 90 degree. Whenever we have a right angled triangle, how to solve, how to apply? So we have a Pythagoras theorem to solve this type of equation. So that is in triangle ABC, if B equal to 90 degree, apply Pythagoras. If this is 90 degree, then what will be the opposite side? AC. So AC becomes the hypotenuse, BC becomes the base and AB is the perpendicular height. So according to the Pythagoras formula, AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. And substitute all the three here. What is AC? AC is x plus 60 whole square and AB is x plus 30 whole square and BC is x square. So we got x plus 60 whole square equal to x plus 30 whole square plus x square. And you can see here two binomials with a square. You know, we have to expand using a plus b whole square. So use a plus b whole square. X square plus 2ab. So try to do mentally. Don't write what is a, what is b, because you already learned this. So try to do orally or mentally. So x square plus 2ab means 2 into x into 60. That is 120x plus 60 square is what? 3600 equal to again Apply a plus b whole square. X square plus 2ab is 32 is 60x plus 30 square is 900 plus x square, right, as it is. Now either you have to bring left side to right side or right hand side to left hand side to make it 0 on one side. So I am bringing all the right hand side terms to left side. So write left hand side as it is, x square plus 120x plus 3600. Bring RHS to LHS, it becomes minus x square minus 60x minus 900 minus x square equal to 0. Now you can see minus x square plus x square gets cancelled, and you can see here plus 120 and minus 60 are like terms, so it becomes plus 60x minus x square, right, as it is, plus 3600 minus 900 becomes 2700. And already I told you this you can split directly, but x square coefficient is negative. So to make it easy, make it positive. So how to make positive? Multiply each term by minus sign. So this minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus, and here plus becomes minus. So we got x square minus 60x minus 2700 equal to 0. Now try to split this quadratic equation, that is x square minus 60x minus 2700. So we have three methods now. Whichever method you are comfortable you can use. Now I am using the factorization method. 1 into minus 2700 is minus 2700. Try to split 90 into 30. You know 9 3s are 27. 90 into 30 is 2700 and minus 90 plus 30 is minus 60. So if you are unable to do the factorization method, you can go with the formula method. So x square minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700 equal to 0. Next, take x common in these two terms. We get x into x minus 90 plus, from these two terms 30 is the common, so we get x minus 90. So we can observe here two factors, that is same, x minus 90 is the common factor. Take it out, x minus 90, and the remaining factor is x plus 30 equal to 0. Equate these two factors to 0. We get x equal to 90 and x equal to minus 30. Here children, just concentrate which value I have to assume. I got two values, 90 and minus 30, which I have to assume. So whenever we go with the length, that is a length or a height or a distance, it cannot be negative. So the negative answer we have to neglect. So we have to consider only x equal to 90. Therefore, what we assumed as x? We assumed shortest side as x. Therefore, shortest side x equals to 90 meter. Because he is asking find the sides of the field, means both I have to find length and also that is shortest side and also longest side. So what will be the longest side? We assumed it as x plus 30. So 90 plus 30, that is 120 meter. So with this we can conclude shortest side is 90 meter and the longest side is 120 meter. Move for the next question, that is question number 7. So read the question. The difference of squares. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. What is meaning of difference? So always remember, more means plus, increase plus, difference means minus, or decrease, nothing but minus. And one more, times. Whenever they use times in maths, it is nothing but into. And word that is, whenever they use is, that is nothing but in mathematical it is equal. Remember all this. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Means there are two numbers. He didn't mention whether they are negative numbers or positive numbers or natural numbers. Just he has mentioned numbers. The square of the two numbers, that is the difference of square of two numbers is 180. And the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Here also you have two sentences. First one is the relationship to create an equation. And second sentence is to assume the variable. So you can see the second sentence, the square of smaller number is 8 times the larger number, means the square of the smaller number is depending upon the larger number. I always said you, whenever you have this type of situation, so whichever variable is at the last of the sentence, you assume that as a x. That is nothing but independent variable. Always you have to assume independent variable as x. Like for example, if I take my age is 4 times than my daughter age. So I am depending on my daughter. So first I have to assume the daughter age. That is, she is an independent variable and I become the dependent variable. So I have to assume my daughter age as x and my age automatically I can get it. So similarly, here also you have to assume the independent variable always. What is independent variable here? The larger number is the independent variable. Let the larger number be x. So we assume the independent variable, that is larger number, as x. And he has given that the square of the smaller number. So I have taken here square of the smaller number as 8 times as x. Already told you, times means into. 8 into x. Now, whenever I shift this to this side, what happens? So it becomes root. So it becomes smaller number is square root of 8x. Now I got two numbers. One is larger number and one is smaller number. What I have? Larger number is x and the smaller number is root 8x. Now how to connect these two numbers as an equation? See the first sentence. The difference of squares of two numbers. Difference means what? Minus square of the two numbers. Children, carefully listen here. Whenever we add any two numbers, larger number or the smaller number, however you want, you can take it. But whenever they have difference, always you remember the first number should be the larger. Whenever we subtract larger number minus smaller number. So according to that, the larger number, square of the larger number is what? X square minus square of the smaller number is, that is root 8x whole square is means equal 180. The 2 and square root gets cancelled. So we got x square minus 80x. Bring this 180 this side, it becomes minus 180 equal to 0. So x square, 1 into minus 180 is what? Minus 180. So do the prime factorization, or you can just recall the table. 18 tens are 180. Minus 18 plus 10 is minus 8. So x square minus 18x plus 10x minus 180 equal to 0. So what is common in these two? X is common. X minus 18 is remaining. And here again you write x minus 18. See the third term. What is remaining? 10 is remaining. Write plus 10. So the common factor is x minus 18 and another factor is x plus 10. So equate these two to 0. We get x equal to 18 and x equal to minus 10. In the previous question we neglected the negative answer. So why? Because there was a length or a distance. So it cannot be negative. But here these two are what? Numbers. Numbers can be negative numbers also. It did mention in the question that we have to take positive numbers. So both 18 and minus 18 are correct answers. Means it can be a larger number as 18 and also a larger number can also become a minus 10. So in this case I have to find smaller number now. So there are two cases. Two cases arises here. So case 1. If larger number x equal to 18, if I assume a larger number as 18, that is positive number, then what is the smaller number? We have taken smaller number as square root of 8x. That is 8 into 18, 144. You know square root of any number is always plus or minus. Means both values will get positive and negative. So square root of 144 is plus 12 and also minus 12. So next we take the case 2. So if the larger number is minus 10, what happens? If the larger number x is minus 10, then the smaller number is root 8x, that is root 8 into minus 10, that is square root of minus 80. Just recall children, what is square root of negative number? We cannot find the square root of negative number because it is imaginary. What is that imaginary? Square root of minus 80. 80 is not a perfect square, it becomes 80i. I is nothing but imaginary, that is root 80i. This you are going to study in higher classes. So don't worry about that. Just you remember square root of negative numbers are always imaginary. So whenever we get a negative number under square root, so it is, this case is not possible. So this is not possible, means the case 2 is not possible. So then what is the conclusion? He asked two numbers. What is the conclusion? So x equal to 18, then the larger number is 18, then what will be the smaller number? Positive number, that is 12. So 18 and 12 can be a numbers, and one more is 18 and minus 12, because he didn't mention that they are positive or negative. So it can be 18 or plus 12, or it can be 18 or minus 12. So in this way we can conclude that two numbers are 18 and 12 or 18 and minus 12. We move to the next question. This question is related with time, distance and speed. So as you know that speed is equal to distance by time. So here he has given a train travels 360 kilometers at uniform speed. Means what? Speed is constant. There is no change in speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, means if you increase the speed 5 km per hour more, that is in same situation, it would have taken 1 hour less. Means what? When you increase your speed, so your journey becomes less by 1 hour. Means you just recall, whenever you run fast or walk fast, you take a lesser time to reach your destination. So as speed increases, automatically you can observe that time decreases. So both speed and time are inverse variation. So for the same journey, find the speed of the train. So what I should assume here? I have to assume speed. Let the speed of the train be x km per hour. You know that speed equal to distance by time. So time taken is what? Distance by speed. So what he has given distance? How much distance you are covering in this journey? 360 km. Divided by speed you have taken as x. So we got 360 by x. Now with these two, I have to create an equation. So here I have written 360 by x equal to 360 by x. So nothing mistake when I write here in this case. Why I am writing here? To explain the equation in a better way, to understand in a better way I have written this. You can neglect this 360 by x equal to 360 by x. Without this also you can write directly. So here just observe the second sentence. What is speed here? Speed is in the denominator. When speed increases by 5 km, observe, concentrate. 360 divided by x plus 5. When speed is increased by 5, that x becomes x plus 5. That is 360 divided by x plus 5 equal to this 360 by x. This is what? Time. This will be as it is, and he has given in the question time is reduced or less by how much? By 1 hour. So it is minus 1. So when speed is increased by 5 km per hour, so the time is reduced by 1 hour. You should not write minus 1 here, because this whole is nothing but time. And the denominator is speed. So I have changed the speed here and I have changed the time here. So we got 360 by x plus 5 equal to 360 by x minus 1. So it is not a quadratic equation. We got a reducible equation. So how to reduce this into quadratic equation? As I said before, denominator x and x plus 5. Multiply each term by x into x plus 5. What we are going to get? When I multiply here by x into x plus 5 gets cancelled and x remains as it is. Here x gets cancelled, x plus 5 remains as it is. Here x into x plus 5 remains as it is. So we got here 360x equal to 360 into x plus 5 minus x into x plus 5. Now simplify this to get a quadratic equation. 360x write as it is, multiply 360 into x is 360x, 360 into 5 is 1800, and minus x into x is minus x square, minus into plus minus x into 5 is 5x. Now either you can shift left to right or right to left. Before you do that, observe any like terms are there on either side. You can observe here 360x on left side and 360 on the right side. So both are equal, you can cancel these two. So what is remaining now? We have here minus x square minus 5x plus 1800. Because x square coefficient is negative, so better to shift right to left hand side. So when I shift, minus x square becomes plus x square, minus 5x becomes plus 5x, and plus 1800 becomes minus 1800. So we got x square plus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0. So I got x square plus 5x minus 1800 as the equation. So try to solve this equation. We get, if we split the middle term, that is minus 1800 is a product. So when I split, I get 45 and minus 40. So x square plus 45x minus 40 minus 1800 equal to 0. So take x common in these two. So we get x into x plus 45 minus 40 you take common here, you get x plus 45. The common factor is x plus 45 and the other factor is x minus 40. Equate to 0 both. We get x equal to minus 45 and x equal to 40. Once see the question, what he asked? He asked speed of the train. So can speed be negative? No. So speed cannot be negative. So this case cannot be considered. So x equal to 40. So I can conclude that speed of the train, that is the uniform speed of the train, is x equal to 40 km per hour. Thank you children.